So she's normal. Yeah. 12:50, and it's really going to be worth your while. I mean, it should be a good afternoon. It's for the region. And it says a 30-minute drive south of the loop. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, it's in the homewood floss.
Right. So I know from tomorrow we're having a carpool. Maybe you guys can get your groups to go together. Think about it. And let me know if you need any information. I'll be here.
Thanks, Debbie. I want to tell you right off the bat, if you can make it, do. Karen Vanetsky is the most exciting young woman to come into the Hadassah scene in the last few years. When you see new Hadassah logos, you see new types of artwork, when you see new colors, new types of printing, it's all Karen Vanetsky's work. She is a very exciting personality, and you'll really have a wonderful time. All right, again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you and say you're a very, very special audience. Our chairman of the evening, Dory, targeted this affair for the younger groups of Hadassah, and you know what they always say, the future lies before us, so it's before me right now. I had some funny remarks I was going to make, but
never mind. Maybe you think I never heard of cosmetics. Well, for your information, cosmetics have been around much longer than I have. And Lord knows that's been a long time. In fact, we find the earliest direct mention of the use of cosmetics in the Bible. Ezekiel chapter 23, to be specific. Moreover, they went for men to come from afar, men to whom a messenger was sent, and they came. For them, O Holiba, you bathed, painted your eyes, and donned your finery.
I wonder if it's like getting ready for a date. Men from afar. Sounds romantic.
Hardly. We can find another instance of makeup use with the Zealots. Led by Eleazar ben Yair, they fled to Masada after the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE and set up housekeeping in chambers formed within the enormous outer and inner walls of the city. Among the domestic items found in these primitive homes were long, thin bronze sticks used to apply eye makeup, clay perfume jars, and double-sided combs.
Double-sided combs? What a concept.
Well, maybe you're too young to appreciate that it really is a tribute to the spirit of the Zealots that they were able to achieve a semblance of a normal life in the midst of flames of destruction.
Maybe, but I'm still not that impressed with your history of cosmetic use. I'd rather just get into it.
There is another instance that perhaps will interest you. Maybe you've heard of the story of Esther?
You mean Megillat Esther?
The very same one. If you recall, after King Ahasuerus deposed of Queen Vashti, he began to feel lonely. And did you bring your Tanakh tonight?
Who brings the Tanakh for the beauty evening?
Then I'll read it to you. The second verse in the second chapter, the king's servant said, "Let beautiful young virgins be sought out for your majesty. Let your majesty appoint officers in every province of your realm to assemble all the beautiful young virgins at the fortress of Shushan, in the harem under the supervision of Haggai, the king's eunuch, guardian of the women. Let them be provided with their cosmetics."
And that's what I call service.
There's more. Verse 12 details for us. When each girl's turn came to go to King Ahasuerus at the end of 12 months treatment prescribed for women, for that was the period spent on beautifying them, 6 months with the oil of myrrh, shemen mor, and 6 months with perfumes, bisamim, and women's cosmetics, tarmukeh hanashim. And it was after that the girl would go to the king. Whatever she asked for would be given to her from the harem to take with her to the king. looking fellas.
Kind of makes you long for the old country. And we're going to try to do it in one evening what Esther and her friends did in 1 year. Good luck to us.
This Esther lady, isn't she of some significance to you ladies?
Well, as a matter of fact, we are under the auspices of a women's organization known as Hadassah, which is Esther's Hebrew name. Hadassah, incidentally, was also founded on Purim in 1912.
No kidding. Were costumes a part of the founding too?
No. Hadassah traces its beginnings to women's Zionist study circles and to one particular study circle participant, Henrietta Zold.
Oh. Why does that name sound familiar?
Maybe because her name rhymes with old. Which of course you are. And some might have said that she was when she founded Hadassah at 55 years old. Today, though, we are 55 years young and looking younger thanks to our women's cosmetics, some of which we'll be learning about momentarily. But even without today's cosmetics, Zold was a young 55 as she and other women Zionists in New York City invited women, and I quote, to attend a meeting for the purpose of discussing the feasibility of forming an organization which shall have for its purposes the promotion of Jewish institutions and enterprises in Palestine, and for the fostering of Jewish ideals. I may not have my Tanakh, but I do know my Zold.
Very interesting. What kind of Jewish institutions and enterprises did Zold have in mind?
Well, let's go back to 1909 for a moment and imagine Henrietta Zold visiting Palestine with her mother.
Boy, she goes to an underdeveloped place where she has to tour in a horse-drawn carriage and takes her mother too.
And her mother was actually part of Henrietta's inspiration too. Before leaving Palestine, they went to Jaffa to visit the girls' school. On the way, they passed children playing outside with thick wreaths of flies around their eyes, the flies being attracted to the exudation of the early stages of trachoma. When the Zolds entered the girls' school and observed that the children inside were healthy, the principal advised them that a physician visited the school weekly and a nurse came in daily, and we take care of the eyes. This incident so struck Miss Zold that she remarked to Henrietta, "That is what your group ought to do. Practical work in Palestine."
Now that you mention it, I recently heard that if you're traveling to Israel and should happen to need eye surgery, if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and you're covered at Hadassah Hospital, a truly visionary field.
Yes, our hospitals today are noted for their eye care. In fact, recently, several Hadassah doctors went to an eye clinic 190 miles north of Nairobi, Kenya, and treated 600 men, women, and children who were blind, and now they can see.
I knew it. Those Hadassah doctors, they really get around.
Yes, they do, and so does the research that is carried on in our facilities. I have a friend of mine who worked in Chicago at the American Hospital Association in downtown Chicago, and she remarked about the numerous articles from Israeli doctors published in the American medical journals, such as the Journal of American Medical Association.
Exactly. How many facilities are we talking about here?
Well, we have two hospitals in Israel. One, an 800-bed teaching hospital in En Kerem, Jerusalem, and another 300-bed hospital at Mount Scopus. Coupled with the hospitals are a medical school and the Henrietta Zold Hadassah School of Nursing, founded by Hadassah in 1918. The list of medical-related institutions goes on, but they are all part of the major project known as HMO, the Hadassah Medical Organization.
If you have a major project, does that mean you have a minor project too?
As a matter of fact, we have several minor projects. Think back to the 1930s in Germany. Not a very pretty picture for German Jews, as Hitler made his name be erased, took over the German government and implemented various racial laws. Concern grew not just for the welfare of the German Jews, but in particular of the German Jewish children. Initially begun as a transfer of children to kibbutzim in Palestine, a rescue movement known as Youth Aliyah evolved, with Henrietta Zold accepting responsibility for the movement at the age of 73.
My goodness, this old lady gets younger by the decade. How she could do so much, regardless of her age. If your Youth Aliyah project was to rescue German Jewish children, why do you consider it a minor project today?
Today, Hadassah continues to find Youth Aliyah as it provides opportunities for Israel's disadvantaged children to become integrated members of society. Youth Aliyah has set up several programs for the Ethiopians when they arrived en masse to Israel and is preparing for the new wave of immigrants from the Soviet Union, as are many of our institutions.
Most of Hadassah has some worthwhile projects and results, but mostly in faraway places. What does Hadassah do here in the United States besides recruiting members?
It's true, we do try to recruit women because with the current membership of about 385,000, we have a voice in the government. We have a seat in the United Nations of observer status, and our national HQ, that's headquarters, in New York has a well-developed American Scene program. Our members are kept up to date on political issues affecting our lives as American Jewish women.
Politics, schmolitics. I'm getting tired just thinking about Bush.
That's Bush. Okay, so politics isn't your bet. Maybe education is.
Or maybe it isn't.
But I'll bet you'd be interested in attending our Education Day on October 25th at the American National Bank at 9:30 a.m.
What makes you so sure?
Because our guest presenter is Dr. Irving Cutler, who will talk about the migration of Chicago's Jewish community from Maxwell Street to suburbia. And I happen to know that Dr. Cutler is a personal friend of yours. Well, at least his daughter-in-law is.
Okay, so maybe I'm interested a little.
And we've got literature, too.
Literature?
And we've got literature. Hadassah does a bit of publishing, and 10 times a year we publish the Hadassah magazine, a copy of which I have right here. This publication is a special benefit of membership in Hadassah, and it can be yours for only $25 a year. What a bargain!
I get too tired. Maybe I should go to Nairobi and get my eyes treated. Look at Blue Cross covers in Nairobi.
What about summer camps?
What about them?
There are several young Judean camps throughout the United States that Hadassah supports.
What about old Judea camps?
Sorry. Perhaps you like to travel. Hadassah organizes many tours for its members.
Any Petunia?
I'll check for you. And then there's medical insurance.
At least something useful. I'll take a look. Do you have any information for me?
Right here in my Hadassah bag. Some of men's greatest achievers have been women.
Greatest achievers have been women. I'll buy that. I did notice your exhibit on women achievers, but where can I get a bag?
Here, why don't you take mine? You'll need it for the collecting you'll be doing.
What makes you think I came here to collect things?
Why else would you have crashed this, what was planned to be a lovely evening, and made all these lovely women listen to your mishigas?
Then let the collecting begin.
Wait a minute, haven't you forgotten something?
Well, I did forget a bag, but you just gave me yours.
You think there might be some special people out there?
No.
Well, there are. One of them started to greet people when you rudely interrupted her. Florence chilled.
Sorry, Florence.
Maybe you should take it from here, Dorian.
Undressed here. Free show.
Isn't that You don't like taping hair? I'm going to start a new fashion. It's the latest. Oh, good. This mask is very possessive. See, I have a lot of people helping me. I can't continue with one earring. Thanks. Florence, by the way, is the president of the Chicago chapter of Hadassah. Because we have about 7,000 members here, we are subdivided into 28 groups, some of which are represented this evening. The women who are wearing banners that say Bruchim Habaim, they are membership vice presidents or presidents of the groups who are here. Feel free to look for them and ask any questions you might have about their particular groups or about Hadassah. I also especially welcome all the new members and our new life members. By paying $250 in 1 year, our life members who are wearing the big Hadassah tag, the blue and white tag, they help Hadassah continue planning for the future, planning programs as large in scope as those which Henrietta Salt envisioned at Hadassah's inception. Life members never have to pay dues again, and they can take it with them wherever they go. Installment plans are available. See your local group to do it. For our brand new members, we also have a special new members kit. We'd like to welcome you at our special Hadassah table. At this time, I'd also like to tell you, I don't know how many of them made it, but we have a membership team in the Chicago chapter office. And I didn't see a lot of them come, but I'll tell you who they are anyway. Our life membership chairwoman is here, Lynn Margolin. You give a wave. Thank you. And Ann Bowles, our financial secretary, who works with Marilyn Siegel and Martha Crater, who are the associate financial secretaries. Belle Carter and Sally Lerner work in retention. These are the people who help process dues and keep track of when you move, etc. I'm Dory Vogel, and I'm membership vice president for the Chicago chapter. At this time, I would like to thank Cheryl Kay at the piano, and all the staff from the hotel, and Avon, including Cheryl Sublette, Hope Chapman, Debbie Bennett, Pam Lefkowitz, Kathy Akel, Sherry Flisick, and Joanne Flick, and all the people in Hadassah who have helped put this evening together. A special thanks to Fran Gibberts, who's the HMO Vice President of Tamar Hadassah, for helping me with this little presentation. Coming up next are 10 stations for you to visit at your leisure. There are raffle items at each table, and we'll have a little gift for you as you leave this evening. If there are other items you'd like to buy, bag it, and we'll be having a checkout at the registration table. You can make your checks payable to Hadassah, and Hadassah will be receiving 25% of tonight's affair, of the proceeds of tonight's affair. So please enjoy the evening, chat with friends, welcome newcomers, grab a nosh, paint your nails, try a new lipstick, lounge through the lingerie, because this night is for you. Thank you.